Hi, it's Sara Banta here, and today I want to talk about 10 ways to speed up your metabolism. When you go on a diet, your metabolism will slow. Your body is like a bank, so you know your spending habits. If you know that there's $20 in the bank or $1,000,000 in the bank, you're going to spend accordingly. And just the same way, your body knows if it's going to get 100 calories or 3,000 calories, it's going to adjust its spending habits of those calories accordingly. So as you eat less, you are going to slow down your metabolism. So also dieting increases your hunger and your cravings. Your body is looking for that sugar and those carbs for calories to burn. And when it runs out, it's going to tell you, I'm hungry. I get a headache, you feel hangry, and you start going after anything you can to satisfy that sugar craving. Your body has not learned to tap into its fat stores yet, so it is looking for that quick available sugar. And number three, age. Just as you age, slows down your metabolism. And that's part of the reason is your liver is a big part of metabolism function. And so if you're not cleaning out your liver and properly taking care of it, like with a liver flush, as I recommend, your age is just going to continue to gunk up that liver and make the processing of the fats much more difficult, so your body isn't able to metabolize fat. And number four, exercise increases hunger. I know many women that are working out 3 hours a day and they are not getting results. In fact, they're actually slowing down their metabolism. It's the same bank situation. Your money in, your money out. Your body knows that you're going to expend a certain amount of dollars of exercise, and it will slow down those that burn rate in order to make sure you have enough energy to get through your day. So if you continue just to overwork out, you're going to slow down your metabolism. This is what happens on The Biggest Loser. There's a reason we're not seeing a return show. All these people worked out super hard, ate not very much, and they slowed their metabolism down so much that they are now eating what they ate on the show and gaining weight back and gaining even more weight back than when they actually started the show. So it's not natural to lose weight, it's actually anti-survival. Your body has a set point and that's where it wants to be. So what we're talking about here is how to change that set point. Your pancreas is where the insulin's made. 60% of the cells in the pancreas are beta cells, and that's what makes the insulin. The insulin regulates the sugar and the carbs in the blood and stops fat metabolism. So anytime insulin is released, which is anytime you're eating sugar, carbs, or even protein, your body stops the fat burning and it starts the fat storing. So you want to make sure that you are not eating those sugar and carbs to spike that insulin. So when they talk about eating constantly 6 small meals a day, you're spiking that insulin all day long, and you're giving yourself just a few calories saying, oh, here's a little teaser, but I'm not going to give you much more. So you're telling your body to store fat and to save every single calorie. 2 very bad ways to lose weight. So insulin is triggered by carbs and it's stored as glycogen and fat. After time, it causes fatty liver, which then is going to inhibit fat burning in itself. Insulin will also start destroying the protein and start wasting the protein and turn it into sugar. So if you don't have enough sugar in the blood and your body gets hungry because it's not able to access those fat stores, it's going to go after the muscle protein and do muscle breakdown. So it'll go straight from sugar burning to carb burning to that muscle and the protein burning. And this is not a good way to maintain lean muscle mass and burn fat. So what are some signs that you are becoming insulin resistant, which is the main cause of weight gain and slowing your metabolism? Your insulin is it is what is telling your body to store that fat. And as it continues to do so, you become insulin resistant, which is like becoming antibiotic resistant. So if you take too many antibiotics, your body becomes resistant to it. It doesn't work anymore. Same thing with insulin. Signs that you're insulin resistant: you have a fatty liver, you're starting to experience brain fog, you have a high fasting insulin rate or a high fasting glucose rate, you're bloated, you feel sleepy after you eat, your cravings and your hunger start to increase, you have dark pigments and folds in the skin, and you're hungry between your meals. Insulin resistance, it's what controls your set point. And that's, like I said, is where your body feels the most comfortable at. So what causes the insulin resistance? Sugar and too much protein if eaten with sugar, and any gastrointestinal hormones are released anytime you eat. So even if you're eating healthy food, the hormones in your gastrointestinal area are released, and it will cause some sort of insulin response. And also estrogen. When women are on their cycle or they're pregnant, they gain fat because the estrogen causes them to keep a layer of fat on them and increases insulin. That's another reason why we have to be very careful with all of these other estrogens in our environment, like soy and toxins and pesticides that carry a lot of these estrogenic type toxins, and that will increase your insulin rate. It has been shown that kids with diabetes that go into a high EMF area without eating anything, their blood sugar goes up. So that's something that you have to worry about. Also stress. Stress increases cortisol, which increases insulin, even without eating anything. All these things are going to cause your body to store fat and to release insulin. Foods that don't release insulin are foods like butter and olive oil, coconut oil, heavy creams, avocados, but even healthy quote-unquote foods like egg whites, apples, low-fat yogurt, bananas, whole wheat bread, beans and potatoes. Those all spike your insulin and tell your body to store fat. So these are foods that seemingly are healthy, but they're not, and we need to get out of your diet. Even snacking with healthy foods, you're constantly spiking that insulin. So you really want to try for 1 to 3 meals a day and no snacking. The less meals you eat, and like I said, this is not a low-calorie diet. This is just eating in less period of time, which is called intermittent fasting, within a smaller window, and less meals. So you're spiking your insulin just one to 3 times a day and not all day long. This makes your body become more efficient. Okay, so how do we lower insulin? What are the 10 ways to lower insulin? Number 1, apple cider vinegar. It has been shown to lower blood sugar and insulin. Number 2, eat fermented foods like sauerkraut. These are great ways, these are great foods that will feed that microbiome and also help lower insulin. Number 3, eating high potassium foods and green veggies. So as you're on this type of eating pattern, you can eat as many green veggies as you want. They have tons of potassium, which is really important for keeping your insulin low. It will keep you full and help with increase your fiber intake, which is also important. And it is, if you don't take in the proper amount of potassium, you will get fatty liver. So this helps keep the liver flushed out and helps your liver continue to burn fat. Number 4, increase your vitamin Bs. I personally like to take my Oxalate supplement, which helps cover the basis for all the vitamin Bs and potassium and minerals and amino acids with no sugar, and that will not spike your insulin. Number 5, increasing your fiber. That buffers the insulin. Celery is a great option. Low-calorie green veggies, a lot of the cruciferous vegetables like cabbage and broccoli, onions and garlic are great as well if your body can handle it. Kale is phenomenal. Parsley is great as well. Number 6, fat. Fat will sustain you between the meals. So this is the key. If you increase your fat intake, each meal, you're going to your hunger is going to sustain you or stay away in between meals, and you'll be able to go longer without eating. So with this goes along with the ketogenic diet. And personally, I like to take exogenous ketones, which help get you into that fat burning state if you're not ready to increase your fat intake, and it teaches your body how to burn that fat. So this will sustain you, and this will also lower your insulin. Number 7, lower your stress level and cortisol. Like I said before, just by raising your cortisol level, you're going to raise your insulin, which is going to store fat. You don't have to eat anything, and you're going to store fat. Not a great deal. So you want to slow down, lower your stress, lower your cortisol, and I understand that's easier said than done. Number 8, lower the estrogens in your diet and in your body and balance out your hormones. With the ketogenic diet, this does this naturally. It increases testosterone in men, lowers the estrogen in men, increases human growth hormone, and then it balances out the estrogens and progesterone and all the hormones in the female body. So you are going to lower your insulin rate as well and increase your fat burning ability. Number 9, increase your sleep. Sleep is really important to lower your insulin. It also lowers your glucose, and it also helps balance out the hormones that cause any weight gain just from insulin spikes. And number 10, exercise. You want to do the proper amount of exercise. Just enough, not too much and not too little. But when you exercise and you're in a ketogenic state and your insulin is low, you're increasing your insulin, your fat burning. So these are my 10 ways to lower insulin and increase fat burning. I highly recommend the Keto Detox Bundle to help aid in all of these processes and get you quicker results. If you have any questions for me, Sara Banta, contact me at sarah@acceleratedhealthproducts.com or through my website, Accelerated Health Products. Thanks. Thank you for joining us today. Leave a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this, and please be sure to check the description below for any additional information. Please don't hesitate to leave a comment or ask a question, as I'd love to answer as many of those as I possibly can. If there's a particular topic you'd like to hear more about, please share that in the comments below as well. Thanks again for joining us, and hope to see you again soon.